Perfect. So this morning, we'll start lying down. So come to lie completely flat on your back. And once you're there, you can either have the soles of your feet planted or you can let your legs come long, whatever is more comfortable for you. And we'll start by taking a couple nice deep breaths. So wherever you are, place one hand on your belly, one hand on the heart. And start to feel your breath moving the body, right? So as you inhale, you feel the chest rise and then the belly rise. And then as you exhale, you'll feel the belly draw in and the chest gently draw in. And we'll take a couple breaths here, just like this. We use this as time to maybe prepare for our celebrations later, or to unwind from the week that has passed. And our yoga practice really begins with our breath. And it can take some time to learn how to move and breathe with your breath, but even just taking this first couple of moments to breathe can make a lot of shifts in your mind and your body. And set an intention for your practice or an affirmation for yourself in your practice. Let it be one that's reaffirming, that's positive. And as we move and breathe, keep this with you in your heart and in your mind. And on the next inhale, we'll stretch the arms, stretch the legs alone, like you're first getting out of bed in the morning. And we'll take another full breath in. And then as you exhale, hug your knees into your chest, and we'll start to circle them around any direction, any rhythm. And then we'll place the hands by the hips on the mat. And we're going to start with a little core work. Why not? Let's celebrate. From here, we'll lift the feet up to the sky. You're going to draw the belly in, and then we're just going to let the legs tilt over to the right, so your left butt lifts up a little bit, and then we'll move back to center, and then we'll let the legs tick-tock over to the left. Right, and just shifting, move slow, like you're moving through cookie dough or peanut butter, and then come back, right? So move slow, feel the core working, sides of the waist working, as your belly draws in. And you don't have to move the legs a whole heck of a lot to the sides, but just enough that you feel the core start to kick on. And it's okay to have the knees bent too. That's awesome. That's a great modification. Good. And then from here, we'll come back to center. We'll hug the knees into the chest. Give them a nice tug. And then you're gonna hold onto the back of your knees, right? The backs of the legs. We're gonna start to rock and roll up and down the spine. So start with small movements, use the momentum. And then once you get enough momentum, we'll come up to a seated position. Right, we're gonna have fun today. And the soles of the feet will stay planted on the ground. Hands will come behind the knees, hug your belly in. And then from there, you're gonna come up onto your tippy toes, right? So that's your first modification. It's okay if you have to lean back a little bit. And you're gonna stay here if this is good for you. Or maybe you lift one foot up off the mat, and maybe you lift the other foot up off the mat. We're gonna hold and breathe. You can point or flex your feet, draw the shoulders back, belly hugs in. We're gonna keep holding. If you need to drop your toes down for a second, you can. And then the advanced modification is to extend the legs out, maybe reach your arms all the way out. Beautiful. Taking another full breath in. My abs are shaking. Let's hug the knees in. Whew. Gently rock yourself side to side. Nice. All right, that's it for the core work. Let's go on to the hands and knees. Hands will go directly underneath shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. We'll go through a couple rounds of cat-cow. So the toes will stay tucked under. And on the inhale, you'll look up to the sky, tailbone will lift. And then as you exhale, round and press the floor away. Inhale, look up. Exhale to round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. 3 more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. 1 more. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. On your inhale, we'll come back to a neutral spine. And let's step the left foot back behind us. From here, we'll reach our right fingertips out in front of us on the mat, right? And then from there, we're gonna lift the left toes, hug your belly in, and then reach your right arm. And then we're gonna lift and lower the leg and the arm at the same time. We'll do this 5 times. So as you inhale, lower the foot and hand. And then as you exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. 3 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. Last time. Inhale, lower. And then exhale, lift up. From here, place your right hand back down and place the ball of your left foot on the mat. And we'll start to shift the weight forward and back. Press through your left heel. Maybe you can also add a little wiggle over the hips, whatever feels best. Awesome, and then we'll release our left knee to the mat. And we'll switch sides. So now the right foot will step back behind, ball the foot's on the ground. Hug your belly in so you press the floor away. And your left fingertips are gonna reach out in front of you. From here, again, we're gonna lift and lower our leg and arm at the same time, working on our coordination. So we'll exhale to lift, and then inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last time, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So the left hand will stay planted, right ball the foot's on the ground, and then we shift forward and back. You can also wag your hips a little, side to side. Nice, and then we'll lower the right knee to the mat. Let's do 3 more cat-cows. On the inhale, look up to the sky, tailbone to lift. Exhale and round. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Last time, inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Then on the inhale, we'll come back to a neutral spine. And from here, we'll step the feet back to the top of a push-up in a plank. Right? So you can also keep your knees lowered and hang out here, or you come into a plank. Take a nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we'll shift the hips up and back to down dog. Now, if down dog isn't doable, you can stick with puppy pose where your knees are down and hands walk out in front of you. Okay, and we'll take a moment here and breathe. Yep, or you can take child's pose, beautiful. If you're in down dog, pedal your feet. Awesome. We'll take another full breath in if you're in down dog. And then as you exhale, we'll all step the feet to the top of the mat. Take your time. Your feet will be hip width distance apart, and we're hanging out in a forward fold. Again, it's good to have a bend in the knees. Clasp opposite elbows, and let yourself gently sway side to side. Beautiful. Then we'll release the fingertips down. On the inhale, bring your hands to your shins, lift and lengthen halfway. And as you exhale, you'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale to fold. Good. Last time, inhale, hands come to shins, lift and lengthen. And exhale to fold. On the next inhale, let's bring the hands to the hips. Draw your elbows back, draw the shoulders back, bend your knees, and then we're gonna come all the way up to stand with the knees bent and then straight. Good. Let's turn the palms to face forward. Bring your gaze straight ahead. And take a couple breaths. And again, just noticing, becoming aware of the subtleties that we have when we move with our breath. The subtle shifts. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we'll reach the arms all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, we'll refold. So bend the knees, fingertips will release down. You'll inhale to lengthen the chest halfway. Now as you exhale, let's take a big step back with our left foot. The fingertips will frame your right foot. We're going to stay here and breathe. You can wag the hips a little side to side. You can stay still. Good. Then from here, we're going to bend the left knee, let it touch down to the mat, and then you'll lift your left knee back up. Good. Inhale to lower the left knee down, and exhale to lift. Last time, inhale, lower the left knee down. Beautiful. Now we'll walk the fingertips out on a diagonal to the left. Yeah. Stick your butt back behind you. If you want the advanced modification, you lift your back knee up a little bit, or you lift your back knee up again and you wiggle. Or again, you can always keep your left knee down. Recreating space with the breath. And on the next inhale, hands will come back through center. The left palm plants on the mat, right hand will come to your right knee. Draw both shoulders back, and you can reach your right arm up to the sky, or you can bring your right hand to the hip if you want more of a shoulder stretch, front of the chest stretch. Breathe. On the next inhale, we'll sweep that right arm all the way back up. And exhale, release your right hand to the mat, and we'll step forward to a forward fold once again. Notice the change. The right foot might feel a little bit more planted than the left. And then we'll inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, the arms will sweep all the way up to the sky. Keep the belly drawn in. And exhale, hands come to the heart. Switching sides. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Now as you exhale, we'll step the right foot back. We'll stay on the ball of the right foot for now and gently wag the hips side to side. So why I always like to wag the hips is it inner spirals and then outer spirals the thighs, both legs. Good, and then we'll return back to neutral, so the hips are squared to the front of the mat. And now we'll walk the fingertips out in a diagonal to the right. Modification, you drop your right knee to the mat. We'll take a couple breaths here. Think of having a nice long spine while you're in this position. And on the inhale, hands come back to center. Beautiful. Right hand will plant underneath the right shoulder. Left hand will come to your left knee. First, draw your shoulders back. And then reach your left arm up to the sky, or the hand can come to your hip or low back. And then we'll inhale, reach your left arm back up. Exhale, release your left hand down. I forgot to do the lifts and lowers on the right side, so let's do a couple. As you inhale, lower your right knee down. And then as you exhale, lift it back up. Yep, doing that a couple times. Inhale, lower the right knee. Exhale, lift it back up. Yep, last time, inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Beautiful. From here, we step forward to a forward fold. Take your time. Inhale halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, the arms will circle all the way up. And as you exhale, hands come through the heart center. Good. Take a moment here, let the eyes close, breathe. Coming back to your affirmation or intention. And as we continue to move and breathe, keep this with you in your heart. On our inhale, arms will sweep all the way up. As you exhale, we'll fold. Inhale, hands come to shins, lift halfway. And exhale to fold. Inhale, arms will circle all the way up to the sky. And exhale, we'll fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms circle all the way back up. And exhale to fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Last time, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Now as you exhale, we'll plant the palms and you'll step back to down dog or puppy pose or child's pose, whatever you're moving through today. And we'll take a couple breaths here. If you're in down dog, you want to spread the fingertips wide. It's okay to have a bend in the knees. Right, or the legs will work towards straight. And on the inhale, now we'll roll forward to a plank. Hug your belly in a whole heck of a lot. And as you exhale, you can lower the knees to the mat to lower all the way down to the belly, or we'll all bend the elbows and come to lie down. Hands are by your low ribs. And then we'll keep the toes untucked. Press into the tops of the feet and then press into the hands. Lift the chest up to cobra. Yeah. Yes, perfect, beautiful. And then we'll come back up to all fours and then down dog. Right, or child's pose or puppy pose. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. If you're in down dog, you'll rise up high up onto the toes, look between the hands, and however we all get there, we'll walk the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands come to shins, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll circle the arms all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, hands will come through the heart center. Beautiful. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your heart halfway. Exhale, plant the palms. We'll step back to down dog. Inhale, forward to a plank. Beautiful. However you get there, we'll lower to the belly. So you can lower the knees and then bend the elbows to lower down, or you can come through plank. Untuck the toes, press into the palms, chest lifts up, cobra. Keep a little bend in the elbows so the shoulders draw back. And then we'll come up through all fours and then down dog. Beautiful. Inhale, high up onto the toes, look between the hands. Exhale, bend your knees and you'll walk or jump your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands travel to shins, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, the arms will sweep all the way up to the sky. And we have 1 more. Let's exhale and fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, down dog. I promise a rest after this. Inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, lower to the belly. Good, untuck the toes. Press into your palms, chest lifts up, cobra. And now as you exhale, we'll come through all fours and then rest in child's pose. If your arms are tired or your wrists are tired, you could take a moment, circle the wrists around, or you can let your arms drape alongside the body. And while you're in child's pose, feel the breath move into your low back, into the ribs, into the space behind the shoulders. And now on the next inhale, we'll rise back up to all fours. Make your way back to down dog or puppy pose. Take a moment, breathe. And from here, you'll inhale high up onto the toes, look between the hands, and as you exhale, bend the knees and walk the feet to the top of the mat. Nice. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms will sweep all the way up to the sky. Now as you exhale, release your hands to the sides of the hips, palms face forward. So we're going to take a moment here in our standing pose. Look down at your toes. Root down through all four corners. Right, but not so much that you're gripping in the toes, right? Keep the toes light. And then from there, draw energy up the thighs, right? You might feel your quads engaged. Tailbone gently scoops in. So we're not sticking our butt too far back and we're not pushing it too far forward. It's in a nice neutral position. Belly draws in. From here, with the palms face forward, lift the shoulders up towards the ears. Shrug your shoulders. Be here for a moment. It's a little awkward. And now we'll let the shoulders draw onto the back and the hands will come back like towards the legs. And then lengthen through the back of the neck. So we're standing really super tall. The chest is open. So as we go through the standing poses, think of, just keep this as a reminder of how our chest needs to be, right? Or even when we're off of our mat, walking around. Good posture, nice and confident. And then we'll move on. On the inhale, arms will rise. As you exhale, we'll bring the hands to the hips. And let's take a step back with our right foot. So we're coming into warrior one. So the right toes will be pointed more towards the front of the right mat. Let's say your feet were the hands of a clock, your right foot would be turned out to about 1 o'clock. From here, bend through the left knee, pull the right hip back. And you're pressing down evenly through both feet. On the inhale, the arms will sweep up to the sky, or if you're tight in your shoulders today, arms come out to a cactus. Squeeze the right butt and then hug the belly in. Be nice and strong. Find your breath. Bring the sides of the neck back. And then as we inhale, let's sweep the arms alongside the ears. Exhale, the hands will come back to the hips, and now we'll step forward. Beautiful. Inhale, arms rise, sweep them up. And exhale, hands come back to the hips, and we'll switch sides. We'll take a step back with the left foot. Now, if your left toes were the hands of a clock, they'd be turned out to about 11 or 10 o'clock. Bend through the right knee and pull the right hip back. From here, we'll inhale, arms to rise, or again, exhale, arms out to a cactus. Squeeze the left butt, hug the belly in, and breathe. Right, but you're not hugging the belly so much. There's a fine balance that you can't breathe. We want you to breathe. Nice. Making another inhale and a full exhale. As you inhale, arms will rise. Exhale, hands come to hips. We step forward. Inhale, arms will sweep up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the chest halfway. And exhale to fold. Good. Inhale, arms sweep all the way back up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. All right, we'll add on. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands come back to the hips. Let's take a step back with our right foot. So you have an option here to stay on the ball of your right foot or to plant it down back into the warrior one stance. From here, you'll take your hands, either interlace them behind the low back. My shoulders are super tight today, so I'm gonna do the other option, which is clasping opposite elbows or forearms. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. We're gonna inhale, reach your chest up, draw your shoulders, draw the elbows back. And now as you exhale, we're gonna start to bow to the right, stick your butt back behind you. And then we'll draw the left hip back, right hip forward to re-square the hips, and we'll hang here and breathe. This one's called Humble Warrior, and for a good reason. Again, nice big breaths. In and out through the nose, shoulders back, elbows back. Awesome stretch through the left hamstring, left hip. And then on the next inhale, we'll very carefully, slowly come all the way back up. Keep the hands interlaced or the forearms interlaced. Reach your chest up to the sky. Maybe you lean back. Beautiful. And then we'll release the fingertips to touch down to the mat to frame your left foot. Beautiful. We'll step forward, forward fold. That pose is super grounding. So if you're ever feeling stressed, just pop into that pose and hang there for a couple minutes and then come back. On the inhale, hands come to shins, lengthen halfway. Exhale to bow. Inhale, arms will sweep all the way up to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, hands come to our hips, and we'll switch sides. So now your left foot will step back into either a warrior one stance, or you can be on the ball of the back foot. Bend through your right knee. And then same thing, we're gonna interlace the hands behind the back, or you can clasp opposite forearms or keep your elbows bent. From here, as you inhale, lift everything up, the chest, the head, neck, and shoulders, elbows pull back. And then as you exhale, we're gonna send our butt back, chest over to the left, out on a diagonal, just for a moment. And then you'll pull your right hip back, so we square the hips, right? Now we're in the full expression of the pose. If your hands are interlaced, they can stay on the low back, or you might start to lift them up to the sky. Keep the pressure evenly between the 2 feet. If you lose balance, like I just did, you come right back in. Awesome. Let's squeeze the feet together even more, very carefully and gently coming back up, belly hugs in. And then once you're here, we'll lift up through the chest, look up to the sky. Ooh, exhale, hands come to the hips. Release the fingertips down. We'll step back to down dog. Much deserved down dog. Or child's pose, whatever works for you. Well, we'll take a vinyasa. So if it's not in your practice today, you can stick with your down dog or child's pose. If you want to move on, we'll inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Untuck the toes, press into the palms, chest will lift up. And then as you exhale, we'll come back through all fours and then down dog. Inhale, high up onto the toes, look between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, and we'll walk the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen the chest halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, the arms will sweep all the way up. And exhale, the hands will come to the heart. Beautiful. Let's release the fingertips to the mat. And we'll take a step back with our right foot. So again, coming into a warrior one stance, but this time both legs are straight. Your left knee, if it's bent, that's okay. Mine is too. Right, but eventually we're working towards straight. But if your legs are tight today, it's okay to have a bend. Staying up on the fingertips. Stick your butt back behind you. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. Take a nice big inhale, come up all the way up onto the fingertips. We create length. And then as you exhale, fold over your left leg. Yep, and again, it's okay to have that bend. Beautiful. We'll take another full inhale. And a full exhale. Then from here, we'll come back up onto the fingertips, really lengthen through the spine again. Imagine you could serve a cup of tea or pizza on your back without it spilling to either side. Good. Taking another full breath in. And then as you exhale, we step forward. Nice hamstring opener. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Just notice the difference here. And then we'll inhale, we'll sweep our arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come through the heart center, and then we'll switch sides. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway. Nice, and now we'll take a step back with our left foot into our warrior one stance. Right foot's forward, your fingertips frame your right foot. Start with a bend in the knee. Draw the legs towards one another without moving them. And then we'll begin to straighten the right leg. Again, it's okay to have the bend. It's actually safer for the knee if you have the bend, right? Good. Then from here, lengthen, 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 reach through the crown of the head, right hip pulls back. And as you exhale, you'll fold over the right leg. Keep both thighs engaged, especially the left leg. Sometimes we will let that one just kind of hang out. We still want it to work. And then as we inhale, we'll re-lengthen. Beautiful. Keep pulling your right hip back, left hip forward. And then we'll release and step forward to a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the chest halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, the arms will sweep all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, hands will come through the heart center. Okay. Now let's step the feet mat width distance apart. I'm going to face you guys. So step your feet mat width distance apart. Nice big bend in the knees. From here, you'll interlace your hands behind your back. Right? And then lift your chest up. Look up to the sky. And now as you exhale, we're going to fold over our bent legs. And today, normally I would say begin to straighten the legs, but today we're going to keep them bent. Maybe you add a gentle rock from side to side. And take another full breath in. And then exhale, fingertips very gently release down. We'll inhale, straighten the legs, lengthen through the chest. And exhale, you'll fold. From here, a little bend in the knees, and then we'll sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Beautiful, and then exhale, hands come to the heart. All right, this one is for my runner friends. So, and I giggle because I know. All right, so our inner thighs tend to get really tight. Even those, some of us who don't run or you're not at your desk all day, right? My desk jockeys, we definitely have tight inner thighs. So what you're gonna do is turn your feet out just a little bit. If you're the type of person, like I naturally have super externally rotated hips, so my natural stance is my feet turned out. So find what's comfortable for you. The one key I want you to look at when we go down is the knees being in line with the toes, right? So you can step your feet hip width distance apart, maybe a little wider. Our hands are gonna come to our heart center. Good, from here, we're gonna sit back into a squat. So you're gonna send your butt back, right? And for some people, your elbows might be able to touch your knees, and that's awesome, right? If you have the ability, you can let your butt drop down and your elbows come to the inside edges of your knees. From there, you press your knees into the elbows into the knees, right? And shoulders draw back, taking nice, full, deep breaths. Hanging out. And again, some people, you might be up here and that's really good. You can take your hands and press them into the knees as the knees press into the hands, right? If you, wherever you are, now we're gonna start to gently rock a little side to side. Nope. I got some nopes on that one. Or you stay still, breathe. Nice. Creating space in those inner thighs, low back. Awesome. From here, we're going to release the fingertips down and then straighten the legs. Take your forward fold. Ooh. Inhale to lengthen the chest halfway. Now, as you exhale, still keeping your feet wide apart, we're going to step back to a wide-legged down dog. Yeah, so the feet will stay mat width distance apart. And you might notice if down dog is, I just said that with a very Jersey accent, down dog. If down dog is very difficult for you, you might find that with your feet wider, it's a little bit easier. Beautiful. Then from here, we'll all come forward to a plank. lower to your knees, and then sit back to child's pose, and we'll take a couple breaths. You guys did stellar today. And then as we inhale, let's rise back up to all fours, and we'll swivel onto our backs. I'm going to move my computer down so you guys, sorry it's so dark. Hopefully this will help. So once you're there, come to lie completely flat onto the back. Guiding your knees towards the chest. And then gently rock yourself side to side. And now we'll take the right ankle, cross it on top of your left knee, and hold on to the back of your left leg, coming into our reclined pigeon pose. So you're in a figure four. Taking a couple breaths. And then we'll switch sides. So now the left ankle will cross on top of the right knee. If you're tight in the legs, you can keep your right foot down and just press your legs away from you, right? Or you can hug your right knee in. You can even add a little rock side to side. And then we'll come back up through center. Let's place the sole of the right foot down on the mat. Kick your left heel up to the sky and hold on to the back of your left leg. Beautiful. From here, you could either keep your right foot where it is, or you can extend your right leg long on the mat. So we get a nice stretch through the back of the left leg. Again, coming back to your breath, full inhales, full exhales. And then we'll hug the left knee in towards the chest, and we'll cross our left knee over to the right. We're aiming for the shoulders to stay relaxed onto the mat. And then we'll come back through center and we'll switch sides. So now your left sole of the foot will come to the mat, or it can extend out long. The right knee will hug in. And then we'll kick the right heel up to the sky, hold on to the back of the leg, circle the ankle around, point and flex the foot. And then we'll bend the right knee and let the right knee cross all the way over to the left. Arms come out to a T or to a cactus. Relax your shoulders. And we'll come all the way up through center. Good. From here, either hug the knees back into the chest, or you can take a happy baby, grabbing hold of the outside edges of the feet and gently rock yourself side to side. You can also hold on to your shins or knees. And then in your very own time, guide the knees back into the chest. Maybe you want another minute here in happy baby, or you can lower all the way down for Shavasana, letting your entire body relax onto the mat. And we'll be here for about 2 minutes or so. If you have low back pain, keep the soles of your feet on the ground. And just find a comfortable position. And let this time be a time where you can come back to your affirmation or intention. Take a couple of moments to meditate or pray on that. We'll take another minute or so to breathe. And then very slowly, very gently, begin to take a deeper breath in through the nose, into the belly. And out of your belly, out through the nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle the toes. And stretch your arms and stretch your legs. And then from there, hugging the knees into the chest. Gently rock from side to side. And now we'll come to roll all the way over onto one side. You'll make your way back up to a comfortable seated position. With the eyes closed and your hands will be at your heart center. And notice any changes in your heart, your mind, your body. And know that you can always come back to this with your breath, with an intention, right? Giving ourselves a purpose to move, a reason to move. And then take a moment here to thank yourself for your effort, for your strength, and for coming to your practice today to celebrate yourself, your body, celebrate each other, 4th of July. And may this stay with you as you go about the rest of your day. And in honor of our time, I'll gently sing the sound of Om one time. And you can sing along in your own home or just listen. And I'll take a full breath in. Bow your head to your very own heart. Thank you all so much for joining me today, this 4th of July. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Great job.